Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. So, one thing I do want to say, like nobody's on the server right now, but if you got on the server earlier, I know a few people, a few people told me hi. I was AFK for a little bit and editing some footage, and then I went actually AFK, like away for a little bit, and if I didn't respond, I forgot that this server we actually don't have the auto timeout, so. Just a heads up, just for those of you playing on the server. So, anyways, I have done a little bit of work. You'll notice this is kind of emptied out, cleaned out a little bit, and opened up. Now, it's not fully opened up just yet, but it's coming along. So, this area, you'll notice it's actually kind of all messed up, because I actually built it a little bit wrong at first, and I had to go through and fix it. But I didn't replace that because I still got to open all that up a lot. So yeah, this is still got a lot of work to go, because this is going to be open at the top. So because this area, just so you guys kind of know what's going on here, this area is actually going to end up being a courtyard type area, more of a courtyard. It's not going to be an indoor cave type area forever. So if you were wondering what's going on here and what I'm doing with all that. Anyways, I spent a bit of time making compacting drawers. Lots of compacting drawers. So, and then these aren't compacting drawers. These are 1x2 drawers. And I sorted a bunch more stuff. We got a bunch of blocks. We got wood and saplings. And we got things in compacting drawers, coal. And over here we've got like sand, gravel, cobblestone, dirt, netherite, clay, and nether bricks. So, I did spend quite a while working on that. I mean, that chest still has a lot. And, oh, I got a red orchid seed, by the way. Found one of those underground. But like this chest here that had blocks in it, there's not a whole lot of stuff in here. This chest still has a little bit. This chest, not so much. Also, ores that are being processed. I set those up. Just in a chest here. Or that haven't been processed yet. I just put them over here. So, and I did do just a little bit of mining. I had to go get more redstone and some little odds and ends like that. So I did go do just a little bit of mining, not a whole lot, because we're still kind of all right on resources. So anyways, today we are going to be picking up where we left off last episode. We're going to continue on with tinkering, I do believe. There's also this. I wouldn't mind getting a coke oven if we have time, but my priority today is tinkering. And actually that bronze is one thing that we're going to need to kind of start moving into IC2. Which I'm kind of curious. I don't think there's no, there's not an IC2 section. It goes from tinkering to rock hounding. Then it's magic. We got Botania, astral sorcery. We got bees. Be a star is kind of like the final section, and then we have abyssal craft here. So, alright. But anyways, tinkering. The first thing they want us to do right here, we're going to go ahead and get this started. They want us to make a bunch of bronze. 24 bronze. Oh, and by the way, in here I have some blood. I was building and I fell in there. So I did bleed a little bit in the smeltery, but that's fine. We got... Okay. Oh, and by the way, stone, because I was digging this out, cobblestone fell in here as well. We can make seared stone, but we can't actually pour it into bricks or into blocks either. So, for example, if I come over here and click that, it's not going to make anything, because that recipe is disabled within the pack. So, bronze, 3 parts copper, 1 part tin. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves... we'll get 18 copper and 6 tin. That'll be enough for the 24 bronze they want us to make. So, let's go ahead and get that... well, I've got to get that smelted down first, and then I can throw the tin in. And then they also want us to get cobalt and a silky jewel. So, cobalt's found in the nether. You'll need a tool capable of harvesting it. A cobalt head, steel head, or steel or cobalt sharpening kit applied to a pickaxe or hammer is not a bad way to do it. Cobalt's an excellent material for mining speed. But can we make alumite? Because if we can't make alumite, we're going to have to go for steel first. But I believe we should probably be able to make alumite. Yeah, and it's just standard. A little bit of aluminum, iron, obsidian. Oh, aluminum. I did not go mining for aluminum. I may have to do that real quick. How much obsidian? We got 2 blocks of obsidian. So let me get just a little bit of iron and toss that in there and go ahead and get that cooking up. And we also might set up a timer system here. Okay, that'll work perfectly. Let's get just a clock, redstone clock. 4 pieces of stone, redstone torch, redstone. It's not a problem. There's our redstone torch, and then we'll just go with smooth stone. 4 of that. And there's our redstone clock, and we'll just set this up. Did I ever make... I did not make an ingot cast. I know I don't have any aluminum already processed. Do we have any, like, bauxite? Oh, we've got a little bit of aluminum right here. Of course, that's going to make... that's going to turn into alumite. We have 3 millibuckets of aluminum left. How much alumite is that? 1 ingot? That's perfect. That's fine. Okay. Which I know I've got some, like, wasted materials, like... I'll leave a little bit of aluminum in there and stuff like that. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Let me get a little bit more aluminum so that we can make some aluminum brass. And let's see, this is Y55. This will be fine. Okay, I ended up coming down to Y31. That's better for aluminum, but I haven't found any yet, and my pick just broke, so I've got to go back up. And I tell you what, actually, while we're up here, let's go ahead and get let's see. How many blocks of lapis? I've only got 5 blocks. I'm going to go ahead and just take the blocks that I've got. And, yeah, we'll just take these for now. And we'll go ahead and start working on adding fortune to this. So, there's 5 blocks. Once we get back in the nether, we'll look for some nether lapis. Nether ores, I think, is in this pack. No, maybe it's not. Okay, I couldn't remember. I get all my packs mixed up, but... okay, so we'll have to get a bunch more lapis, but I do want to get... oh, I need to make a trash can, too, for that. And... let me go ahead and repair this thing. That hammer doesn't last super long, like when it comes to, like, mining, like down here, but at least it's something. Okay, I found a little bit of aluminum. 1, 2 pieces? 4 pieces? It's not too bad. I'll take it. That's plenty for what I need it for. So, and then, basically I just need to make a cast, is the main thing. I need to make an ingot cast to pour the bronze out. It's the primary thing. Really, I think right now we've got everything we need to go get cobalt. So, probably could have done that just to get the durability up, but that's fine. Though, actually, I don't know if I want to make a brand new pick or stay with this one and just upgrade the parts. I mean, this only has the 1 modifier. I forgot I had that diamond pick right there. I could use that, but... anyways, I'm going to get this aluminum melted up. Just dump that in there. And then let's go ahead and get a little bit of copper. It's what... okay, 3 parts aluminum, 1 part copper. So I'll just dump 1 of those copper ores in there. And that's going to give us plenty of aluminum brass for what we're working on. And then let's get an ingot. And we'll just go with like an iron ingot. Actually, seared brick would work just as well. I'll just use one of those. We've got plenty left over. So there's that. Aluminum brass. We'll go ahead and pour a cast. There we go. And then what I want to do is we'll put that back down. And I'm going to put the seared stone above it because you can't pour seared stone out, right? It won't it won't turn into seared bricks or anything. So let's get ourselves a hopper. Actually, I need 2 chests, but that's fine. So hopper, and then we'll get 1 more chest. Oh, actually, I think I have plenty of jungle wood. Wood's something I've been going out there. I mean, it's pretty easy to harvest it with this lumber axe, but I go out there every so often and gather up all the wood, but not often enough because making all those drawers, I ran through it like crazy fast. Let's open this up just a little bit for a minute. Here, we'll put the chest down right there. The hopper we'll put right there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put, let's put it right here. And it's going to start activating that faucet. And actually, you know what? I could probably put it, yeah, right there. Then I should be able to put this faucet back and it not pour. Yeah, because I want it all in ingot form. So we're now making bronze ingots. And we can just let that run for a minute. And let me go ahead and make a lever, just so we can kind of turn that on and off. So if we wanted to stop it, we could flip that lever. Now it's not going to pour anymore. So, okay. So we've got bronze being made. That'll be a quest knocked out right there once that's done. And then we need to make... actually, you know what? Let me stop this for a moment. And let me switch this over to pickaxe head cast, alumite. I'm going to go ahead and pour that, because I do want an alumite pick head. So alumite pickaxe head is done. Now, do I want to upgrade? Do I want to make a new pick? Well, this will be the alumite one. It won't matter regardless, because we're only going to use this one for a minute anyways. So let's go ahead and fully repair it. And then alumite pickaxe. There we go. Because this thing only has one modifier at the moment. And it has leveled a few times too. So, of course, I did just put luck on it. But, I don't know. We might stick with this. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, but our bronze is done. So let's go ahead and grab that. And manual detect. They're going to give us 8 more bronze, and we get to pick either a sturdy casing or 8 bronze plates. Now, sturdy casing, how is that crafted? I think it's just 8 bronze. Yeah, it's just 8 bronze. Because sturdy casing would be what we use to lead in... Well, we could always melt it down. If worse came to worse. I don't know, because it kind of depends on, do we want to get into IC2, or do we want to get into forestry next? Because the bronze plate, we would use that to make basic machine casing. Honestly, I'm probably just going to take the 8 bronze plates, I think. Because I think IC2 will be our next direction. I do believe. Alright, now all this bronze, let's go ahead, because it's already not ore dictionaried. Let's go ahead and just dump this in, and we'll put it, I don't know, we'll put it right there. So, there we go. We've got 32 bronze ingots in there. And now we're about to head into the Nether. For just a moment, I want to go get some cobalt. How much cobalt do they want us to get for the quest? 6 ore. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit more of a journey than I anticipated for. So let's get this stuff. Let's make some more of our food. And I'm going to go ahead and eat the last one of these. I need to make a trash can too to get rid of that thing. Okay, so let's pop into the Nether, and we are going to go on a hunt for cobalt, now that we have an alumite pick that can mine it. Of course, if you have steel, you could just do a steel pick, but I feel like alumite's plenty fine. Okay, and I do remember there was cobalt near here, and I saw it the last time we came in the Nether. But I can't recall where it was. Oh, there's some right over there. And it looks like that could be a dense cobalt, but I'm not for sure. Probably just come around this side here. Grab this cobble here. And yeah, it's not nether ores we have, it's crossroads that adds a couple ores. That's why I was thinking we had nether ores in here. Oh, whoa. Alumite does not... it's because we have it fortified with obsidian. That's why. Because it's an obsidian mining level. Oh my gosh. Totally forgot we'd put that sharpening kit on there. Okay, let me pop back through. We're going to make a alumite sharpening kit. I mean, technically I could have just done the sharpening kit on that flint pick and it would have been fine. But this has a little bit more durability now. How much durability does it have? 1,315, so. Alright, you stop doing that. And that's not enough. Oh my gosh, that's not enough alumite. Okay, let me go get some more aluminum. I'll be right back. Here we go. I just found a decent amount. There's 6 aluminum. So that'll be good. And I may have to melt up a little bit more obsidian and a little bit more iron. But we'll see. There's still 2 ingots of iron. So we're good on iron. I'm just going to dump all 6 of that aluminum in there. We'll end up using it either for aluminum brass or, well, probably aluminum brass. We won't use it for alumite anymore. Once we get 1 more ingot of this, we're done with alumite. So, okay. And I'm going to get 1 block of obsidian going. You know what? I feel like the modifiers were changed in this pack. The way modifiers are. Because like this one, I mean, we only have 1 modifier. We did put luck on it, so that's 2. But it's the same way with the lumber-axe. This lumber-axe should have a few modifiers. I think 4, but it only has 2. So I actually think the modifiers were nerfed down in this pack. Which actually kind of makes sense for like an expert style pack. To not have just crazy like, you know, the standard modifiers on the tools. Because the lumber-axe should have at least around 4, I believe, if it was standard. So, I do not believe that it is. Okay, alumite sharpening kit. There we go. So let's upgrade this thing, and then let's go get ourselves some cobalt. There we go. Fortified alumite. Okay, now we can go mining and get ourselves... some cobalt. We do have to find 6 pieces of this, though. But I also want to find some ardite, because I like manualing for the weapons quite a bit. And I do want to make a tinker's sword pretty soon. There we go. Oh, there's more cobalt behind this. I like it. Oh, man, it just keeps going. This is uncommon, too, like, normally. Normally, it's just, like, 2 cobalt. But there's 4, so. Alright, we just need a couple more. And if I don't find ardite, that's fine. I'm not in a major rush. I mean, if I don't have a manual and sword right this second, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. There's ardite, never mind. I'll quit rambling now, because we've already found it. But, I mean, I'm pretty much staying in my little home most of the time anyways. But if we have a nice manual and sword, it would make me a little bit more prone to go outside. Because I do want to go look around at some people's bases on here. But I want to be able to protect myself, you know, when I do so. Oh, looks like we got 4 ardite here. Yeah, okay. Unless some got burnt by that fire, which is possible. Yeah. I don't think it landed on this. No. Okay, so we got 3 ardite. We burned 1. That's fine. Okay, so now we just need a couple more pieces of cobalt to finish up that quest. And really, ardite's not something, at least right now. We'll probably end up needing some later for other stuff, but really a manual and weapon, maybe like a manual and shuriken too, or something to go with it. I wouldn't mind making like a manual and shuriken with like lifesteal. I mean, it's not going to be entirely manual, though. That's the thing. There's 1 more piece of cobalt. There's some more ardite. And actually, I wouldn't mind doing a manual and sharpening kit for our pick. And the reason being, like, cobalt's great and it can mine pretty much everything. However, if you place down a block of manualing and you try to mine it with a cobalt pick, it's not going to work. So upgrading that mining level just so that we have it like at basically max would be worth it, I do believe. Because we are going to have to make a sharpening kit. If we upgrade this tool, we're going to have to upgrade the sharpening kit on it. So we might as well go ahead and just bump it up to manualing. We'll still have the speed and everything of the cobalt pick, but have the mining power of the manualing pick. So, and we now have 9 cobalt, 8 ardite. We've got plenty of resources for that. I still see a bunch of ardite up there in the ceiling. I'm not too worried about it, though. It's not worth the hassle. So, and it actually wasn't much of a journey. It was all just right around the base there, which works out well. Okay, so let's go ahead and melt up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, wait. Okay, they did complete the quest. They're going to give us 2 more cobalt. It says to increase the yield, process the ore first in an AE crusher or thermal expansion pulverizer. Okay. And what is this quest? Manual knife blade and an osmiridium knife blade. It's actually kind of nifty. They have us doing a knife blade out of manulin, and then they give us the rest of the pieces. I mean, it's set up just to make a shuriken, so we're definitely going to do that. But let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that, and we'll go ahead and get, we'll just do like 1 piece of ardite. Because we're only going to need like 2 ingots, I guess. We'll make a knife blade and a sword blade. Which also, we're going to need more aluminum brass. We've got 6 ingots. How much aluminum? We've got 1 ingot of aluminum. That's fine. That's plenty of aluminum brass, though. Okay, so what I want to do is let's make some tools here. And I want to start with... I need more blank patterns. Because I have not made all the different things. So, black quartz and wood. And I did get a little bit more black quartz mined up. 5. And keep in mind, when your coal's in a compacting drawer, you do have coal pellets. So it's very convenient to just run over and grab those now. You don't have to worry about storing them or, you know, having extras made or whatever. We've just got coal pellets. Okay, so we've got that going. And I'm going to need to... that sharpened flint. And how's our cobalt going? Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. I do need more manulin, don't I? Let me do like 2 and 2. Okay. So cobalt, let's go ahead and make a pick head. And then I want to make a sharpening kit out of manulin as well. Just so we can go ahead and upgrade this tool. Then we're also probably going to end up upgrading the binding as well as the rod. So there's that and that. Okay, so here we go. Let's add cobalt pick. So now it goes up to 1,419 durability instead of 1,315. And then we'll add the sharpening kit and the flint. And there we go. Cobalt picks. A cobalt pick that's fortified with manulin. It has luck and everything on it. So. And it's still got the 12 mining speed, which is great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, there's our black quartz. And, oh yeah, I'm going to need 2 pieces of wood. Well, my trees outside should be grown by now. So. Which they are. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut down all of these because I need so much wood making all those drawers. Like, they actually kind of add up. They're decently expensive when you're making as many as I've been making. So, okay, so there's over a stack of wood because we had that one, like, massive tree out here. So, that will work. And let's go ahead to 2. And there's 16 more blank patterns. Okay, so then what we can do is let's go ahead and get the key things that we need for sure. Well, actually, let's see. We've done a shard. We've done, have we not done a shovel yet? Or is it, no, we haven't done a shovel. So let's go ahead and do a shovel, an axe head. We've already got the broad axe head. We'll get the sword blade. Oh, we've already got sword blade. See, I'm trying to just make all of these. I tend to like having them all on hand, so if I decide to make a tool, even though a lot of these like signs and pans and stuff like that. Pan's good if you want a lot of knockback, but generally knockback's just one of those things that are more of an annoyance for the most part. Okay, I've got all but 3 of them. So one more... Well, tell you what, actually, so that we can do it. There's 3 more blank patterns, because really wood and sharpened flint's not that bad to make. And there we go. So now we've got all the patterns done. So I mean, at this point, really, I could get rid of the stencil table. It's not needed. But bear in mind that if I removed it, I couldn't tab over like this. So, which half the time I forget that's even there because it's not, you know, it was new to 1.10 and I'm so used to just, you know, like in 1.7, just moving around on there. Okay, so now that we've got that, and our manualing should be done, let's go ahead and get the, I'll tell you what, let's, see, what all have I already made casts of? Sword blade. Okay, I do want to use that. And we'll go ahead and get that poured, and then let's make a knife. So we'll just drop that in there, and then cast it with aluminum brass. And then we'll just pour it out as manualin. And there we go. Manualin knife blade. And that's going to complete a quest. Let me dump some stuff out of my inventory here. I'm just going to dump it in here, and then I'll sort it after the episode. Okay, so manualin sword, manualin knife. That completes this quest. And they're going to give us 3 other knife blades, bone, netherrack, and magma slime. And then we get to pick either 32 nether quartz, 16 nether quartz ore, or 8 lapis. I'm going to take the 8 lapis. Lapis tends to be a little bit more rare than nether quartz, and lapis is going to help us get nether quartz. So, alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw that on this pick. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and upgrade this to... We'll go ahead and make a shuriken with it. So... all of our knife blades, and there we go. We have a bone manualin, magma slime, netherrack, shuriken. And if you look right here, this is all the traits that it gets. It is a really good shuriken. So it's got splintering, hit them more to deal more damage. Fractured, your tool's damage is increased. Insatiable, during combat you deal more and more damage, but also consume more and more durability. Which I'm not 100% sure, but I actually do not think that affects shurikens and arrows and stuff like that. As far as the durability. I think it does more damage, but it doesn't actually take more durability, since those are more of an ammo system. And then we got Savage, deal increased damage to targets at full health. Superheat, deal bonus damage to enemies on fire. Blocking blocks fire damage, and sets the attacker on fire. Which we won't be blocking with the shuriken, so that's not that big of a deal. Ridiculous, the tool works better in hotter environments, so that makes it more effective like in the nether. And then Hellish, deal bonus damage to non-nether mobs. So, pretty decent shuriken. I think the magma slime aspect of it could be replaced, but the next quest they have us doing is for the osmiridium knife blade. So that way we have even more damage. So osmiridium, let's take a look at that. Osmiridium is a combination of osmium and iridium. Well, we'll get into that a bit later. I'm not too worried about that quest in particular, because right now this is going to do plenty of damage. So our shuriken right now does 6.46 attack damage. So only 55 ammo, that's still pretty effective. Now there's also a quest here to get a silky jewel, which I wouldn't mind putting that on a hammer. So let's take a look at that real quick. Silky jewel is silky cloth around an emerald. Okay, I don't have any emeralds yet. And we're going to have to get into calculator before we can do that. That's obsidian dust and gold to make enriched gold, to make the silky cloth. It's quite a bit to get the silky jewel. So that we're not going to worry about just yet. So we're just going to get our basic tools right now. So let's go ahead. Let's see, we've got 2 cobalt in there. This is only producing 1 ingot, isn't it, in the smeltery? Yeah, so I'll tell you what, I would like to get the hammer upgraded today. So let's pop back into the nether. And I'm going to get 2 more pieces of cobalt. Okay. There's some cobalt. Okay, so 6. There we go. 2 more cobalt. We'll get that melted down. We'll make a new hammer. Actually, I never even made a hammer, did I? Let me, let's go ahead and make a hammer cast real quick. So, aluminum brass. There we go. And go ahead and pour me this hammer. Of course, we're still waiting on these 2 to get done, but... That's fine. That way this can go ahead and get poured. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and throw that other piece of cobalt in there. Might as well, because there's other tools I want to make, like excavators and stuff once we get a bit more cobalt. For right now, if we get a hammer, a weapon, the pick, I think will be good for right now. I'll be pretty happy with that. So, let's see. That is done. And the next thing I want to do is I want to get tool rods. Okay. We're going to make these out of manulin. And, oh yeah, I've just got... Go ahead and, yeah, go ahead and get one more ingot. Well, there's our first tool rod. That'll be good for right this second. And let's go ahead and get our hammer. I want to go ahead and upgrade that. So this one right here. And we'll change it to a cobalt flint hammer. That's fine. We'll make a better binding later. So, and a better handle as well. Cobalt flint hammer. And then actually, let me... Ooh, that's actually a drop in durability. Oh yeah, because those slime crystals are really good, aren't they? What about... What's the difference between the different slime rods as far as durability goes? The blue slime would be the best. Let's, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do, let's see, the tough rod. Let's go ahead and make one of those out of slime. And then I want to make a standard tool rod out of slime. Blue slime. And then what we'll do is our hammer. Let's go ahead and upgrade this rod to the blue slime, and it bumps it up from 815 durability to 1,387, which is pretty good. Okay, and then the sword, I'm going to need a hand guard. And honestly, to start with, we don't have any sugarcane, do we? Well, we can make paper. We can also make a presser. No, there is no presser, looks like. But rice, we can do it. So, we'll just make it out of rice. So, hand guard, of course, I always like going for the long sword. Okay, we're going to need another piece of paper. It's 4 pieces of paper for this, so... There we go. Paper hand guard. And... This is for the long sword. We'll do I think a manulin handle, because that's still going to have 701 durability. Cold-blooded, that way we get the deal increased damage to targets at full health. I quite like that. It's going to start with 2 modifiers. So, but I think 701 durability, and then we can add modifiers later, like diamonds and stuff. So we've got a sword that does 11.14, whereas this sword used to do 7. So it's a pretty good jump, and then of course we can add nether quartz to that as well. And then we've got our pick, we've got our lumber axe. I'm actually pretty happy with this lumber axe. We don't need anything too exotic, I don't think, for that. And then we got our hammer. And I've got this extra slime tool rod, so what we'll probably do is this. Oh, I already put a slime. Did I put a blue slime on that, really? And I think I did a green slime binding, it looks like. That's fine. We've got this to make something else out of. I'll just dump it in there. We'll end up using that, so that's not a problem. Oh, and we have these shurikens too. So, we actually got some pretty decent gear right now, I'd say. And then later on, we'll add, like, nether quartz, redstone, stuff like that. But I don't want to really go farm redstone right now to put on the picks and stuff. I think they'll be fine. I'd rather wait until we have Fortune 3, and then it's a lot quicker. Which that requires, of course, a lot of lapis. We only have... okay, we're 57 out of 60 on luck right now. That's for, of course, Fortune 1. So really, I guess I should have 3 lapis, right? I think so. Yeah, we have 6. So I'm going to go ahead and take 3 of this. I want to leave some in there. I haven't actually started processing gold yet. I could throw it in there and we could make a storage key. I'll probably end up doing that, but... Okay, so there's 60 on luck. So we have Fortune 1 on it. And then I'll try to find some more lapis and keep leveling that. And then once we get enough lapis on that, then I'll go through and I'll grab, you know, a bit of redstone. What I have right now, I only have 63, and I'd rather save that for making pistons and And then nether quartz. Have I not mined any nether quartz at all? I just realized I don't have it in a compacting drawer. I don't think I have. I did mine up some glowstone, but no nether quartz. That's fine. Nether quartz is going to go here, and probably emeralds right there, and then we still have plenty of metals to put into this. Yeah. So, but anyways, we can continue upgrading the tools and stuff like that, adding some new parts here and there, upgrading to osmiridium a bit later on for the weapons, stuff like that. But we have a good baseline now, and that's that's the main thing that I wanted to get done today. But anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point, so we are going to end out this episode here. Next episode, we'll be working on this, the coke oven. Well, we'll start off with the coke oven. That won't take very long to do, and then we'll move into creating steel, which means we're probably going to have to go to the end, which will be fun. It'll be fun stuff. I mean, technically we could, like right here, we can make endstone in a Tico smeltery using night slime, but we'll probably go to the end. We might, yeah. That's probably what we'll do, is go see about finding the end next episode as well. So, that'll be fun stuff. Very, very fun stuff. So, anyways, I'm going to end it out here. Between this episode and next, I am going to do a little bit more building, and I'm going to do a bunch of mining as well, looking for that lapis. And I also want to get some resources, some diamonds, stuff like that, in the process. But now that we have that hammer, it's going to be so much easier to go mining. Like, for example, now this thing breaks like that, and really, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that redstone in there, 13 redstone, and this hammer, I think the very first modifier that we're going to put on it, we are eventually going to add like diamond and emerald and luck, but right now it has one modifier, and we're going to put redstone on it, 50 out of 50 for that first level of haste. Because this thing, or it's not, actually this isn't going to have fortune, this is going to have our silky jewel. Whenever we make that, we're going to put that on there, but now it's a little bit faster, which that's going to be nice. So, but I'll do a bit of mining between this episode and next, and try to stock up on lapis and diamond and some things like that for us. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.